Well, hello there, my Park Center students. We unfortunately are here because of some more distance learning. But fortunately now, we have some equipment that we can all share together and use in our workouts at home. So if you don't have your band and your ball nearby, go get those. Pause the video and go get those. And then you can play again. There may be a few of you, especially some of my distance learning, my DLA kids, that did not get one of these balls. If you don't have a ball, you can just get one of your socks and you can roll your sock up and you can make a pretty nice ball with a sock. But most of you should have a ball, and all of you should have one of these bands, so have those nearby. And also have a little bit of space in where you're working out, because we're gonna throw the ball at a target. I'm gonna throw mine at this white pillow right here. And if you're doing it in a tiny closet or bathroom or something, you won't have enough space to be far away from your target. And yes, I know sometimes the top of my head might be cut off by the video here, but I wanted to adjust the video so you could see my feet mostly. You don't really need to see the top of my head. And I'm kind of losing my hair anyway, so you don't need to see the top of my head. So let's get started. We're going to do a couple of moves first, just with our bodies, and then we'll move into the band and the ball in a little bit. So let's start off by jogging in place. So I'm just going to get those feet and those arms swinging, and I'm going to jog in place. You can start off kind of slow, almost walking in place, and then we can kind of build it up. Let's jog in place for like a minute here. Make sure you're picking up those feet. My knees are going forward, my feet are coming off the ground. We want to get our bodies totally warmed up and ready for some harder stuff that we're going to do. And jogging in place is a great way to bring your body temperature up and get kind of warmed up and ready to go. Keep going here, keep going, guys. 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stop and rest. Now we're gonna move into arm circles. Okay, we're gonna try to, in our workouts here, we're gonna try to alternate a harder exercise and then a little bit of an easier exercise, so we don't get too tired and have to quit, because we want to keep going the whole time. So arm circles. Arms are going to come out to the sides, and we're going to start off with little arm circles. I'm just drawing little tiny circles with my arms, and really quickly you start to feel that heat in your shoulders, that burning sensation. That just means that your muscles are working. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. I have really strong shoulders and I feel it in my shoulders already, so it's totally normal to have your shoulders start to kind of feel like they're working hard. You just got to keep going. Let's make them a little bigger. Let's make them a little bigger now. Get those circles going a little bigger. And then let's go backwards, the opposite direction that you were going, and make them really big. Really big arm circles. And stop and shake them out. Okay, now we're gonna do jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. We're gonna go back to the whole body with our legs. Jumping jacks, our arms are gonna be apart, legs apart, arms together, legs together. And then we just repeat. Let's do 20 jumping jacks together. 20 jumping jacks together. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Finish them out if you weren't doing them with me. Finish up your 20. And let's go on to the next one. Now we're gonna balance on one leg. If you need to have a chair or something near you, or if you want to be near a wall, you can go over by a wall. Otherwise, you can just try without. We want to be able to try to pick up one leg and balance for maybe 5 or 10 seconds minimum. Longer is better, but hopefully we can all work on this and get to the point where we can balance on one leg for a few seconds. Pretty soon we're all going to be walking on ice, and having good balance will be really important so we don't slip and hurt ourselves. Okay, switch to the other leg now. Whatever leg you started on, switch to the other leg. Try to balance on one leg. If you put your hands way out to the sides, it helps you with your balance. It makes you wider. It lowers your center of gravity. If you've ever seen people walk across tight ropes before, they always have their hands out because it helps you to shift your weight and move your center of gravity over your feet when you're kind of wobbling a little bit. Oh. And let's do each leg one more time again. Back to this leg. Back to your first leg that you started on. Let's do 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's finish it off with 10 seconds on the other leg. 10 seconds on the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now let's go to jumps. So we're just gonna jump up in the air. So I'm just gonna, got a bug flying around on my floor. We're gonna jump up in the air. So I'm just gonna jump and try to leave the ground, jumping straight up, just like you're going over a jump rope. And let's do that for 30 seconds. Ready? Go. We're jumping. Bouncing on those toes. Jumping. Try to be, you don't have to jump as high as you can, but try to get off the ground every time. We're jumping. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo, that was 30 seconds of jumping. Now we are going to move to the bands. So grab your orange exercise band, everybody. Grab your orange exercise band, and I'm going to hold the exercise band loop here so it's in front of me, and I'm going to step down with the middle of my foot. I'm going to step on the exercise band. And remember, we talked about in class last week and this week, we talked about in class, make sure that band is in the middle of your foot. You don't want to have it way out on the end of your toe, because if it slips off when you're pulling up on the band, it'll fling up and it could hit you in the chin, or it could, even if it's stretched enough, it could hit into your ceiling if your ceiling's low enough. So make sure that that band is right in the middle of your foot, and then it will not come out when you're pulling up on this thing. Alright, so I've got my feet stepping on the band, good shoulder width distance apart with my feet, and I'm going to put my hands on the band, palms facing up. I'm going to waddle towards you here and so you can see this a little closer. Palms facing up. Okay, palms facing up. And then I'm going to squeeze the band, and we're going to do curls. So I'm curling my arms up. This is for my bicep muscle right here. So I'm curling the band up just like this. And we're going to do 10 of those. Keep those elbows in tight and just pull up. If you can't, if it's too hard for you to pull all the way up, that's okay. Just pull up on it as hard as you can, as far as you can make it go. Okay? Let's do 10 of them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to keep everything the same. Don't pull your feet out. Keep everything exactly the same, except I'm going to flip my hands over. So now, I'm going to waddle towards you again so it's a little closer. Now I have my knuckles up and my palms are facing down. Okay, so now my hands are like this. All right, back to my spot here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the band up, and we did this one in class too. I'm going to pull the band up like I'm hiking my pants all the way up to my shoulders. High elbows, okay? I'm not doing like a curl again. I've got those elbows high. They're coming out wide, and I'm hiking those pants all the way up to my shoulders, okay? You don't need to go higher than that, just all the way up to your shoulders. And this is called an upright row, and you should feel it on the top and the back of your shoulder up here. Okay, let's do 10 of those. Ready? Up 1, up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so now we've done curls for the biceps, upright rows. Okay, now we're gonna keep your feet exactly the same. If you took them out already, put your feet back in just like they were. Okay, and again, for this one, it's really important to make sure that your feet are right in the middle of the band, or rather the other way around. The band is right in the middle of your feet. And I hope I'm not going to come closer, because if I come closer, it won't be on camera. But I think you should be able to see this from the camera angle here. I'm going to do side steps. So instead of walking forwards, I'm going to walk sideways like this. And what it's doing is, because that band is made of that sticky rubber, the band is not moving on my foot. So in order to spread my feet apart like this, I'm having to stretch the band. My hip muscles on the sides here are having to pull my feet apart. I'm going to pull up on the band just a little bit, just so the band stays tight. If I let the band hang down like this, it doesn't work as well. So I'm going to pull it up just a little bit so it kind of stretches tight. And then I'm just going to go side to side. You guys can go all the way down your hallway and back or whatever. I'm just going to go side to side a little bit so I stay on camera here. And let's do this for 30 seconds, okay? Ready? Go. Just taking those side steps, pulling up on it a little bit to keep that stretch tight. And I'm stepping sideways. And if you're doing it right, and I'm feeling it right now, if you're doing it right, your muscles right here on the side of your hip, the side of your butt, you should start to feel those muscles heat up. If you're doing it right, if you're spreading those feet apart, doing those, right now, fancy word for you, we're doing leg abduction. We're abducting the feet away from each other. Hip abduction, leg abduction. This is good for those hip muscles, your stabilizer muscles in your hip. And stop. Stop and rest. All right, now you can pull your feet out of the band. Pull your feet out of the band. We're going to do one more band exercise. One more band exercise. And then we will put the band down and we'll switch over to the ball. Okay, one more band exercise. So for this one, we did this one in class too. I'm going to put the band behind me, both strands. Okay, you can see how that's behind me like that. Both strands, and it makes it easy if you have the two little loops hanging off the sides here. So I have the band behind me, totally behind me, under my arms, and I've got these two loops. And once you get it to this point, you're gonna lift that band up as high as you can get it so it's right up in your armpits, okay? It's still under my arms. I still have my loops, and it's behind me, and it's just like this. You don't want to have the band on top of your arm like this. If it's on top of your arm, we don't want that. We want it under our armpits, right in our armpits. And then, like we did in class, I'm going to slide my thumbs in those loops so my thumbs are together, okay? We don't want the band out on the end of our thumb like this. We want it way down in the webbing of our hand, right kind of almost in your palm, just like that. Thumbs together, okay? So now I've got the bands are totally under my arms. My thumbs are together, okay? And then this is a chest press. I'm just gonna push my hands out, okay? If you keep your fingers up, you can make a fist if you want, or you can keep your fingers pointed up. And I'm just gonna push my hands out. Okay, if you're not quite set up yet, you can rewind and watch the instructions, or you can pause, and if somebody's helping you, you can get set up just like this. But let's do 10 of these pushes right here. Again, if you can't extend your arms all the way out, just push as hard as you can and count those. But really, if you push really hard, if you hold your back tight and you really shove your hands out, you should be able to extend your arms almost all the way. Let's do 10 of those. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Finish up those band chest presses there, banded chest presses, working out our chest muscles there. And now we're going to switch to the ball. So we're going to do one activity quick with our ball. I think we're at about 15, 16 minutes on our video. We're going to do one more quick activity with the ball, maybe get to about 20 minutes, and then we will be done. So for your ball, okay, again, these balls are real squishy. I gave you these squishy balls, so hopefully it's not going to break anything, but still, you maybe don't want to have your target like leaning up against your big screen TV or sitting right next to a lamp or something that's real breakable. But I've got a couch is perfect. The couch is perfect because it's got the backstop on it just in case you miss, and it's not going to hurt a couch. So I've got my white pillow here. If you've got a pillow that you can lean up against the couch, this is a perfect way to do it. Otherwise, if you're in a bedroom or something, you can take a bed pillow and you can lean a bed pillow up against the wall or the headboard behind the bed, and that would be perfect too. Or if you just grab a pillow off of a couch and you can set the pillow up anywhere in your kitchen, on a kitchen chair or something, just make sure that behind where you're throwing, there's not anything that's too breakable that's going to break from getting hit with this light squishy ball here. So I've got my pillow. Now I'm going to back up across the room, and I think you still can just kind of barely see me on the side here. I'm going to step forward with my foot, and I'm going to get that ball up by my ear like I'm answering a phone, and I'm going to overhand throw and see if I can hit that pillow. Okay, let's throw for 2 minutes. So if you're not quite set up yet, pause the video, get your target set up, and then play it again. I'm going to throw at my target just like that for 2 minutes. And then obviously you have to go and retrieve your ball every time you throw it, okay? So I'm going to step forward, get that ball up, and throw. Try to hit that target every time I'm throwing. Okay? The two most important things are my technique with that step and that ball being up here. Okay, just like this, boom, down. So my technique and my accuracy, those are my two most important things. I'm not trying to throw the ball super, super duper hard. That can come later once you get your technique and your accuracy down. Okay, start throwing your ball. Grab it. Go back to your spot. And throw. I'm hitting it just well, just fine here. You guys are doing good. Keep those throws accurate. Make sure those balls are getting way up here by your ear. Okay, we don't want to be throwing from down here and doing these little dart throws. Get that ball way up here. Whip that arm down. Two more throws here, guys. Let's do two more throws. One. There's a hit. Last throw. Make it a good one. Make it a good one. Last throw. Boom. Right on target. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. My ball just went rolling. All right. Well, that was a good workout. We did a little bit of calisthenics, body weight stuff. We got our shoulders, arms, legs. We jumped. We did the resistance band exercises. So we got a good little workout there, and then we worked on some motor skills with our throwing. So thanks for working out with me today, guys. You can play this video. It'll be up on YouTube, so obviously you can do the video whenever you want, every day if you want to, 2 or 3 times a week. Thanks for working out with me, guys. See you in the next video.